Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Command Your Confidence. This is your channel where you'll learn how to develop your mindset, achieve goals, and create a kick-ass life for yourself. So if you haven't already, subscribe below because I got a lot of great content that I'm going to be coming out with this year, and you don't want to miss out on that because it's going to help you take your mindset to the next level and help you get the success you're looking for in your life. So today I want to talk about dealing with setbacks and how setbacks can, hold us back and, make us feel like, well, no, we can't do this. And because whenever we're working on a goal or we're doing, working on changing our mind or whatever it is, we're going to have those days where it's just super rough. You're going to have 1 week, maybe you'll have a couple weeks, everything's just kicking ass and everything. Then all of a sudden it's at a standstill. And the reason I wanted to do this today is because I was working on a few social interaction goals of mine recently. And, I'm trying some new things and I'm not getting anywhere with the new social skills techniques that I'm learning. And I got frustrated because I've, done things a certain way before and, they worked. When I'm trying something new, I feel like I just started over again, and it's just it's been tough. I don't know. I woke up and I just kind of felt like, geez, I'm not going to get anywhere. And so why I'm telling you this is because this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. You're going to have those moments where you're just you're experiencing a setback, and it's going to affect your mindset. And I just want to give you some tips about, for this, because this is, like I said, a recent event that happened, recent occurrence in my life. And I want you guys to be able to use some of these strategies that I'm going to give you, so when you're experiencing a setback, you're not going to get frustrated and be like, oh my God, no, I can't do it. I'm not getting anywhere. This is so frustrating. I don't want to do it. So when you're cruising along and this shit's not going your way, you just get frustrated. It's all complicated and everything. It's good just to kind of sit back for a bit and not exactly feel like remorse or feel like crap because you didn't get anywhere, but to think about all the previous successes that you've had. Because we tend to forget about all the successes that we've had in our lives when we worked on our other goals, because the thought of not achieving this current goal, because we're so focused on that at the moment, we forget about that we actually accomplished stuff. And you've got to realize that, hey, and I want you to think about this too. When you were going back, when you're working on your other goals, didn't you have setbacks too? Didn't you have moments where you felt frustrated and you're like, no, I can't do this? Think about that. So that's what I'm saying. Just think about some of the goals that you've already achieved, some of the stuff you have achieved for yourself, and just think about okay, well, hey, when I worked on these goals or went to change this habit, I was struggling. I was in the same situation right now. I was on a path where I'm just cruising along, and then all of a sudden it's I hit the wall, and it's just I'm not going anywhere. And so this is common, man. And you gotta we all gotta realize that. We forget that we have been through this process of achieving a goal before, and yes, some stuff is going to be, how should I say, some goals are going to be more difficult than others. But that's one coping, I don't want to say coping, but one strategy you can use when things are just not going right, just to kind of get you pumping up and getting going back on the road. So that's really going to help you get that success and get you back on focusing on that particular goal. So another thing you can do too, you can think about, are there any actions that I'm taking that are not, do you think some of the actions that I'm taking are not the right actions? How was I noticed when I was working on my social stuff, I noticed one problem I had was like my mindset wasn't there. Like I realized I had to change like the way I thought about something, and if I'm going to make this happen. And so this is for you too. You can figure out, is there a certain way I'm thinking? Is there something I'm doing that's repetitive that may not be serving me? And figure out how to do it differently. Figure out what it is you need to change. And once you take that action, you're ready to get up and do that again, like you can go and get up and take that similar action. So that's another thing you can do. So realize, maybe say you're like doing some cold calling, doing some emailing or whatever, cold emailing, you're trying to get some clients for your business or someone else's business. And, maybe maybe you need to take a different approach. Maybe your approach is probably good, but maybe there's something missing. Figure out what you can do better next time, and that will help you move forward and implement that and see if that works. And finally, one of the third things you can do is you can also, I want you to stay focus on your why. Why are you going through this tough process? Why are you working on this goal? Why? Because when you focus on your why, it's going to help you get focused on taking action again. And you're going to be like, I got to do this because I want to make that change, or I want to get this business going, or I want to be more social, or whatever it is like you're working on. So focus on your why. And like, I want you to, if you haven't already, if you're not doing this, like I want to encourage you to figure out a reason why it is you are doing the goal or doing the change, making this change or doing that. And once you have a clear understanding of that, your why, that's just really going to help you get rolling again when you're just down and out. And that's those. So those are a few things that have helped me, and I know they can help you. Like everything, the path to like success is not an easy one. There's a lot to it. I'm still working on a lot of things, but I've had successes in my life when working on things that I wanted to achieve, but I want to take those to the next level. I mean, if everything were easy, we would probably just we'd be like, hey, this wouldn't be as exciting going on the adventure. And that something big, or like if you're changing something big about yourself or working on a goal, if it's something big, you know that you're going to have setbacks along the way. They're just going to keep you from moving forward. But no, that's all you got to realize. When you're, and I'm going to say this, you're going to get in this state of mind again. Oh wait, I can do one more thing after the why. So after you use your why to focus on why you're doing this, because that will propel you to take action. It will inspire you. But also, like, be aware of some of the, when you're be aware of the way you're reacting to certain, when you're having setbacks on your goal or doing that. Be aware of your reactions to things and see, hey, are these reactions serving me, or are they not serving me? are there certain ways I'm thinking that I still think about the way I think about who I am that are keeping me from moving to the net, from achieving this goal. So I figured, like, 'cause when you have that awareness, I mean, you may, when you're working on this goal, you're going to be aware of, well, hey, I'm having this attitude about, like, I don't believe it's possible, or I'm worried about what other people are going to think. And I think I realized is, like, when you have certain mindsets and stuff, when you're working on something, you'll sometimes produce that result, or sometimes you won't. But maybe your result wasn't 100% because you still carried a little bit of self doubt, and that's the hardest thing to, like, kind of master, is just eliminating your self-doubt and believing in yourself 100%, especially if you're just new to, like, changing your changing your life, wanting to make a change in your life, because you're used to, like, old bad thinking patterns that are just holding you back. So be aware of that stuff next time, because, like, if you just kind of see that, you can just be like, hey, I'm always like this. Maybe I got to act and think about stuff differently.